Hi, Jessica Allison here, and this video is to cover more in depth about the Don't Take the Cake Lady Liberty series. What is it about, and how did the idea come to me? What's the purpose? So basically, the purpose is that it's a creative project that I wanted to do. I'm not getting paid for it. It's something that came to me in December as an idea that started off that I was going to do a self portrait of myself in tears dressed up as Lady Liberty. And the idea came to me while I was at a protest at a health district with hundreds of people. And I just had this overwhelming, like, emotional feeling, of what it would be like losing liberty and what's happening over the last year with our country. And so the idea started with that I would just do a self portrait, but then it grew from there. And I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I actually would like to do a couple different pictures. So I'm going to find a gal that can come model. And then the idea grew from there to include the cakes, the marble cake and the layered cake. And so a lot of people are like, what does the cakes even mean? It's really, so before I even get into that, like, I want to explain a couple things and then I'll go more into depth about the series itself. So we the people, right? The power is with the people, but what is power? Like, and who has the power? Is it the government? Is it us? How does that even work? What is it, and where does it even come from, right? So power originates outside of us. Power comes from God. It's originating in nature. Power is based on natural laws, and natural laws is what unites us. Natural laws is what gives us that oneness to be we the people. So political power is simply human power in regards to social relations. That's what political power is. We're being programmed to believe that political power originates with government or a ruler and not with us, not with we the people. However, power is harnessed in we the people. We distribute and delegate our power to the government, not the other way around. Government has no power without we the people. So that's our job. That's our civic duty, is to, one, understand what that means and how to use it and how to delegate it. So our government is meant to be layered, hence the layer cake. There are clear, defined jurisdictions and boundaries for our government, the way that it is set up. There's checks and balances. We will not keep our layered republic if we choose to keep believing that we have no power and that all the power is with big government. And that's the problem in itself too, is that government is so big. It should be small. It should be small. It should be broken up just the way it's supposed to be. Layered. Checks and balances. Boundaries. Jurisdictions. These are key terms in how we define the way that our government is supposed to work in the United States of America. And we're the ones that have to maintain and build our government. That's the whole idea behind self-governance that our founding fathers envisioned for every American. It's the great experiment of our Constitution that they left us with. It's a huge gift that allows us to be free and independent while still being a part of we the people. So that no government, no ruler could ever overtake us. However, we're being taught to believe that the power is not with us. So why is that? Well, here comes the marble cake, right? When I go back into the series, hopefully this will all be a little bit less complicated when you're looking through the series. But marble cake is this philosophy. It's systematic political beliefs. It basically removes the layers. It blurs the boundaries. It blurs the jurisdictions. It blurs between local and state and federal. There's just all this blurring going on. And what happens then is it's basically a slow death to our constitutional republic. You end up with a few people in charge of the whole. And the whole is looked at as chattel, as a selfish, as a useless eaters. That we don't know right from wrong, good from bad. They determine what's good and what's bad. It's very Plato's Republic. So you really want to get into this, I urge you to study up on Plato's Republic and systematic politics. But basically, when you have the small group, it ends up controlling us. They take the power. If that happens, there is no more constitutional republic. So, and that's the goal. And they've been at it for a very long time. This has not been something that just happened overnight or over 2020. It's been ongoing for generations. So whether you want to call it big government, technocrats, big corporations, globalist, whatever, what it is it's really coming down to a difference between marble cake and layer cake, and it has to do with boundaries and jurisdictions. It has to do with where is the power at, where is it coming from, who's delegating it, where are the controls. And if we're being taught and we teach our children that they don't have the power with them, if we believe that the power is not with we the people anymore and we relinquish that, it is gone. And I can't tell you how we'll ever get it back. I mean, it's not like it was so easy to get, right? You got to study up on your history. So it's imperative that all citizens uphold their civic duty, that they learn about the Constitution, that they uphold the Constitution, that they hold our government accountable. When government is not doing what they're supposed to do, then we are the ones that can take that power away. We maintain, we build our government, not the other way around. The power is with we, the people. It is with us. So it's imperative to really uphold our Constitution. It's important to learn to trust yourself. There's a lot of programming teaching us to not trust ourselves, not trust each other, and there are definitely agendas behind that. So, if we don't take great care with our beloved liberty, we will lose her. And one of my biggest fears as a mother is that someday I'm going to be telling my children or my grandchildren of the days when America was free. And that is really the concept behind this photo series. So where it starts out, Lady Liberty is obviously at a police lineup. She's holding up the Constitution. That is her crime. From there, I kind of had this idea of like the superhero moment of doubt, right? When we watch the Marvel movies and things like that, there's always like this moment of, can I take the stand, right? Can I do this? And do I want to do this? So it was basically like Lady Liberty in tears. She's upset because there she is with a crime for upholding the Constitution, and there's this confusion and questioning and doubt about whether or not she should keep taking the stand for liberty. And from there, she's kneeling in prayer while the two political parties are arguing over her. From there, there's a moment where everybody comes together because they realize that we need liberty. We need her for our future generations. And if we don't all unite and come to have her back, then that's it. Our children won't know liberty. So from there, it doesn't get better. It gets darker because this is a dystopian series. And she's introduced to marble cake. So she drops her federal cake, her layered cake, and she eats the marble cake. Lady Liberty has now succumbed to the dark side and is becoming our villain in this series. So from there, she feeds the cake to the children. They're no longer being taught to embrace a layer cake way of life, a constitutional republic. They are being taught the marble cake way of life. And she's facilitating that, feeding them the marble cake. From there, she's basically up in flames, lit by her own torch, as she's still offering the marble cake to the rest of us. So it is definitely all based on, what's going to happen if we can't pull together in the name of liberty. Really, it's very heartbreaking what's happening in this country and the division that's going on, the confusion, the programming. There's just so many things that are just really twisted right now. And it's really undermining all of us. And it doesn't matter what color you wave, red or blue, whether you're Democrat or Republican, it is affecting all of us. And ultimately, we all lose. We all lose. So we really need to come together to protect liberty and to uphold our own civic duty, because our duty is not that it's in the hands of government to take care of us, to make decisions for us, to tell us who's good or bad, who's right and wrong, who's selfless, who's selfish. It's really not. It's the other way around. We're the ones with the power and we delegate it. So if we lose sight of that, we lose liberty, we lose our America as we know it, the great experiment, the gift that our founding fathers left us, and that's it. It's all over from there. So on that note, I will leave you with the series. I want to say thank you, a very deep thank you. I'm filled with gratitude for everyone that participated and everyone that wanted to participate. There was definitely some snafus there with the whole thing. I really wanted the series to be very diverse with the people that were participating in it. I wanted diversity in age, diversity in ethnicities, diversity in background, and it was kind of hard to actually find. And I wouldn't say it was because of COVID or anything like that. Like, people just didn't want to be close together. It was really just difficult to find. And then once I did, there was so many cancellations, especially right at the last minute. And that happens. It happens with projects all the time. So, either way, I am just so grateful for all the people that wanted to participate and that did participate, to support my vision for this concept, to come together regardless of whatever political party they're with, in the idea that they were on board with the whole concept of wanting to stand up for liberty, that we're going to lose her. So you guys, I just can't tell you thank you enough. I really wouldn't, this concept would just stay an idea stuck in my head without you. So thank you. And thank you so much for watching this video, for learning more about the series, and for viewing the series. I hope to hear from you. I'd love to get some, see your comments and everything. And I urge you, get involved. Get involved locally. You can make a difference. Your voice does matter. God bless you. God bless America.